Well, hello, fellow traveler. I'm glad you found your way here. The Guishi are active tonight. It's the fairy winds. They say when the fairy winds are stirring that there is a high likelihood of getting spirited away to the fairy fortress. And well, if you find yourself in their domain, you can be held for an infinite amount of time. It can be what seems just a blip on the screen of mundane reality, but much time can pass, and there's a lot that can transform in that liminal space. And so I thought, let's see what's underway, because they say when the Guishi are active, it means that there's a little something otherworldly and mischievous at play. And so I feel like we're entering a portal of transformation that takes us out of our usual experience. Something is traveling through more of a mutable space of reality where there's a bit of a blending of dimensions, and there's something we're questing for here. I know that. And it's interesting because as I started to talk to you, the winds outside got very still and quiet. So there's also a sense of attentiveness around us at this time. There's a knowing that we're coming into alignment with some kind of knowledge, perhaps some kind of empowerment, some kind of gifts, access to territory maybe we never had access to before. And so there can be mischievous marauders listening in to our conversation right now, and still there's certain things that can be communicated in between the lines. And how do you tune into the things that are not heard on an auditory level? Well, they're heard within the heart. There's something that comes through a sense that stirs within you. And sometimes in order to activate that kind of hearing, something needs to come in to pierce the heart, to find a way through. So there could be something that is taking you to a deeper place in your heart and its ability to listen and understand what's not said in a way you've never experienced before in these next 72 hours. I want to open up first by seeing what elemental we're meant to connect with at this time as we journey through these next 72 hours and we navigate these winds of change that are stirring here, because something is absolutely underway. So let's see what clues we can find here. Oh yes, it's the Joker of Sky, playing with time. I'm telling you, things are going to become quite malleable here. This is when we really will be in that space where we're not quite sure if we're dreaming or awake, and we're starting to recognize that the two states of consciousness are one and the same. This is when you are the active dreamer. You have the ability to time bend. You have a foot in both worlds. You're straddling the divide. You're Merc riding. Time is going to take on quite a different tone over the next 72 hours. You may find that time passes by more quickly than expected, and yet there's so much that happens within that limited space. You may find that you lose time. You lose time because you are taken on some flight of fancy. There's something about time becoming quite elusive. Can the space that you're inhabiting over these next 72 hours even be confined to some kind of belief construct? Look for a lot of unusual experiences coming through time. But I feel like whatever's arriving here, it's also coming right on time. It's a little humorous, you know, with this Joker of the sky. There's a sense of being tricked, but tricked maybe so we do lose time, and then we actually end up right where we need to be, right on time, and we enter the flow of synchronicity. So something very interesting going down here. Give me more details about this. So absolutely, we're connecting with the ether, with the air here. The winds are going to be speaking to us. This is where messages are going to be coming through. The sylphs have secrets to speak to us as well. Things that can only be understood through a certain kind of vision and being able to read their omens that they form with the clouds. That does require a different kind of sight too. Again, a sight that comes through the heart, you see. A gift of the sky is coming through for us. It's a gift that's going to hatch a vision that gives us clear directions on how to activate our destiny and the path that leads us there, the path that brings through the rising of our star, first in our consciousness, and then quite unexpectedly, oh, look at this. This came through without me even realizing it showed up on the scene. You got that fire sprite, the fire sprite who gave you the key. Perhaps the key opens up a treasure. You did achieve the heart key. You found the puzzle piece. And now it helps you access a realm that you've never entered before. You enter it through your mind's eye, but then you see the path rise up before you in your material reality. Yes, indeed. This is the foundation of your future. It's something set in motion long ago, finally getting rooted on earth for you. Whatever's coming through in these next 72 hours, it's transforming your path. And it's giving you a clear vision of where you're going now. It's helping you chart your course. Okay, let me get some more information here. And then I want to dive into some further details about this. Queen of Water in reverse. Usually you think of rooting something in the earth, but this is something that can only be rooted in the heavens, as above, so below, so within, so without. This is what we're working with here. This is something that is going to come to bloom, something that you will nurture. But it's not nurtured in the traditional way. You can't nurture it in material reality. You have to nurture this in the quantum field of multiplicity. That's the only way that it can come into form. There's too many others that also desire this prize. They have their eyes on this prize. And so it needs to gain a certain strength, a certain formidable form before it's ready to actually manifest on earth. And so there's something that you have to secure here on a more ethereal level, you see. This is you really being in the depths of the waterway. And you're entering into the flow of your intuition, your inner sight, your vision, that doesn't come through what your eyes see, But the vision that awakens when you're focused internally here, you're a conduit at this time. And the key that you've received, well, it opens up a vision for you that makes it very clear where your star is, how that needs to be nurtured, what you need to call in to support it. And then once you provide the nourishment it needs, which seems to flow from the heart space, then you'll see it materialize in your reality. There's something that gets rooted foundationally that does manifest materially here after 72 hours. But it has to be nurtured in the ether before it appears with the new moon in Pisces. You're giving birth to a vision here. Let me do a cut the deck. You're giving birth to a vision here. Look at this. It's opening a way through where there was none before. You'll see the passage open before you. It's almost like time is being put in your hands, and how you use that time is of great significance, because if you use the time properly, it's like a shortcut, something that normally would take a long time to come into form, because it's just been hanging out in the ether, can actually get foundationally rooted and provide a way through in material reality. It's almost like seeing the sea part before you as you're in that waterway. Finally, you understand where the path is. Where the path is that leads to your star. And you gain the power to find your way home. You find out that it was with you all along. You're finding the place where you belong. It's almost like a homing signal too, I got, that's coming through. It's like your internal GPS coming through ESP. Ooh, this is interesting. Let me get some details from the fairy here about this. Bottom of the deck. But yes, this is why they wanted me to drop in with you. You do need to be aware that there are forces that want to rip this away from you. It may seem that they've fallen away, but they haven't. They're still stirring. They're still stirring. They're paying more attention than you think. There's a little bit of glamour that's weaving here. They see that you're in the waterway, and they're hoping to cleanse away this opportunity from you. I don't know, through some kind of diversion. Be aware of diversions coming through that are distracting you just as you feel like you're really entering that flow. Notice what's creating distraction, what's diverting your attention. There's something you need to be mindful of there. Let me see what else the fairy want to say about this. It's a really interesting message. What do we need to know about this fairy? Give us more clues, give us more details so we can navigate this territory and the gift that is offered through the Joker of the Sky. Eight of Bells. Interesting. Not Eight of Bells, Six of Bells. I thought it was Eight of Bells though. Isn't that interesting? That rings a bell right there. It's like something is coming in, appearing as a helpful influence, wanting to bring something into a state of balance with you, so make some kind of agreement with you. But maybe whoever this is actually working you a bit, or there's some angle they're working here. Give me some more details about this. It might not be all it's cracked up to be. I think whatever this is that comes through, it seems like it's being helpful, but it's actually something that's diverting your attention. You need to be careful here. They want to uproot something that is actually very foundational for you. Something you've been nurturing for quite a while. They want to rip up this tree of knowledge. It's something that's already yours. It's coming in with the energy of strength here. Strength. They may feel like they already have a stronghold on this. This might be what's making them kind of brazen to approach you. It's like they're trying to come forward like they want to partner with you on something or work with you on something, but really they want to take it all for themselves. But the roots are yours. This is something that's rooted within you. Four of Leaves. There's something that you've already released here. And whoever this agent of change, I'm going to call them, they want to have you questioning that judgment. And when I add the 4 to the 11, it's 15. The devil. It's a tricky influence here. Maybe trying to convince you to be at ease with what they're offering too, even though some truth you arrived at, though painful, gave you the courage to allow something to fall away. Now maybe they're trying to question your perception here. It's kind of how it's coming through. They're trying to pull up some tree of knowledge. They want to gain a hold of it, and yet the roots are with you. That's what I have here. I feel your roots are protected, but there's somebody here that thinks that they can kind of catch you slipping. Oh, not so fast. They want to take this treasure from you with the 9 of bells. They want to take this treasure from you with the 9 of bells, but the 9 and the 4 is 13, and that's death. Something's already come to a close. Oh, we have a bandit on the scene. They're wearing a disguise. It's the masked marauder. All right, you're going to have to unmask who this character is. It may not be who you think it is, okay? There's something you need to see. You need to remember, you know, something's happening here. It's like speeding up time, slowing down time, suspending time, so you can finally see something for what it is right on time. It's like you have to see through a certain disguise. See through a certain disguise. You see this acorn here, it's in reverse, and it's the acorn that grows the mighty oak. And there's a connection point with that. There's some tree of knowledge that you hold. There's some tree that is a giving tree, and somebody wants to take it. That's what I feel here. But they're acting like they're a helpful influence here. Dagda is coming through, warning you about this, telling you you need to use your might to protect this. It's very essential. I feel like you're being given empowerments from Dagda. You're being given empowerments from the roots of fairy. You know, the Dagda carries a big stick. It holds a lot of power. It holds a lot of might. The Dagda also has the magical harp. The magical harp that can weave a tune that can make others joyous and celebratory and toasting and very festive, and then can also weave a certain melody that brings one into their sorrows and takes them to a deep place that can become a bit like being mired in the bog, render you unable to act because you're so overwhelmed with sorrowful emotion. But then the Dagda also has the ability to weave with that harp a melody that can put you into the deep sleep. Into the deep sleep. And maybe this is providing a clue for it to come through like that. Maybe these are the different means that this mass marauder may use. They may try to inspire some kind of festive spirit around you that makes you feel rather jovial and like you want to join in with that fun. And that fun, though it can be entertaining, it can also be quite distracting from something that you do need to be more aware of or pay more attention to. And if they find that that doesn't work, well, they might try to appeal to your tenderness. They might know the places where you hold some kind of secret sorrow, and they might try to pluck those strings that in their mind can take you to a place of weakness. But I don't think they understand the way your sorrows have given you strength. And if all else fails, they might even try to catch you unaware. They might try to cast some enchantment of sleep over you, rendering you unconscious. And then when you're not looking, gain access to the knowledge you hold. I don't know if they feel like you hold knowledge in something particular, like an object, like the answers they seek are in something you hold, a book you have, a journal you have, a treasure chest where you keep your most secret special things, your magics. It's like there's something they want to tap into here. And they might use different means, but you already know those songs. It's like the Dagda's saying, you already know those songs. You already know the melody. You already recognize what it's trying to achieve. And so there's something here about really striking the chord of the Oren Mor, the one note, that one note of ecstasis that ripples throughout all of creation, thereby becoming the master of time, bringing through a different melody line that overcomes anything that would unravel what's been rooted here. It's really kind of cryptic. Give me more details here, please, Fairy. Give me more details here. Oh, wow. Yes, there's great treasure on offer here. You got Emperor energy coming through. You see, here you are. You're like that wizard hanging out in your tree. You already sense something coming your way. You've already been alerted. There's something they want access to. It's this tree of knowledge that you hold. They see that something's made you rather brazen. Maybe at one time you were more timid, or it was more easy to play on your fears, but they see you're actually in this place of being rather bold, being more daring. Your fears have fallen away. You may be acting out of this knowledge, or you may be putting this knowledge into motion. They see that you've gained some empowerment here. You've already gotten Fragarok, and you do have Hawk on your side. You're in the flow of synchronicity. There's messengers coming in too. There's messengers that will be giving you certain directions in order to secure something that is rightfully yours here, something that cannot be sacrificed. You already have the truth that you need, and you hold a scepter in your hand. You do have the power to root the vision in material reality. But there's something here about you must protect your spot, because there's others here who are hiding out that want access to what you hold. So you're in a position of power right now, but I feel like there's really a need to be mindful of what wants to come forward under the guise of goodwill, but its desire is to snatch this treasure that you hold. Empress. We have Empress to Emperor here. Do you see? So there's already an Emperor here that is teaming forces with you, or vice versa. You may see yourself as the Emperor. You may see yourself as the Empress. Either way, it makes no difference, truly. Both are you. This is the creative power that you hold. This is the power, the magic you hold to birth new realities into being. And this is your ability to root it through opening the avenue that forges the road where the treasures can become evident and manifest in your material reality. One is more of a creative power you hold, and the other is more of a worldly power that you hold. And both are working in tandem. You are both the creative power and you are its avenue of expression. And there's something that is getting ready to be rooted here in your reality. You're getting the vehicle forward. Your chariot will arrive on the scene. But I do feel like there's something here that would like to create blockage, just as this vision is about to be rooted in your material reality. You're going to recognize it when it comes. You have this wisdom. You do have this knowledge, and that's to your advantage. But you do need to be aware that maybe certain offers can be put on the table that could tempt you to not listen to your own better judgment, maybe through enticements here. To me, it seems like it's really a long shot, I have to tell you. Because it looks like you've already landed in the center of your heart. And once you're landed in the center of your heart, that can best any devil and their designs, you see. Won't prevent them from trying, though. They got their eyes on your prize. So these forces are about to be set in motion. There's something tricky this way comes. I don't think it's going to be successful, though. They just know that you hold something and they want it to be theirs. They might try to appeal to something that they feel is a weakness of yours. Okay, it's kind of how it's coming through. Let me get some dragon tarot around this, get some further clues. I mean, I see that you're quite balanced here with justice. You are aware that the devil is in the details. You know how to spot the little things that seem a bit amiss. You would be wise to pay attention to those little details over the next 72 hours. There is something you do need to ward here with the great horned owl. There are secrets that you need to ward here, things that only you hold, things that you've been charged with, that others may want access to. Okay, but I see right now, you're standing on truth. You have Fragorok. You have the answers you need. So don't question a certain balance that's been achieved. I think there's just a need to have awareness that somebody here is trying to trick you out of the knowledge you hold. Maybe by giving you a false sense of security or safety in sharing something. that for the time being, you may need to hold close to your heart. You need to hold this close to your heart. He of the fiery sword wants you to activate your will at this time and your determination to overcome the shadow people that want to rise up and put you in a space of fear. They may try to play on a sense of fear, but it gives me almost the impression of shadow puppets. It's like you know what this is. You see it for what it is. You're able to recognize it. I think these tricks are old hat. Coming in with the Page of Cups. So a message arrives on the scene. And somebody here is trying to scry into your future. They're trying to scry into what you're setting in motion here. Coming in with the Three of Cups. Like I said, they're going to create some sense of celebration here. Maybe an invitation to join them in something. Coming in with the Sire of Wands. So I feel like this is you, because you have He of the fiery sword. So that lets me know you already hold a certain fire. And it's the fire of transformation. It's also the fire that lights your lamp. The lamp that guides you down the road that at first you must travel alone. And the reason why you must travel it alone is there's something foundational that you do need to protect here. It is your treasure. But somebody wants to find their way into your den so they can feed on your fears and make you feel like you need to let them in on this secret knowledge. If you let them in on this secret knowledge, well, they can help you get where you need to go. But that's not the case. It's actually so they can take control of it. Interesting. Let me do a cut the deck here, see what we got. 10 of Swords. This is an old matter. You've been here before. You already rose above this. But they want to bring a storm, whoever this is. And I see they're not going to be victorious because you already have spotted the devil in the details. And justice is yours. Very interesting. It's like trying to give you a heads up here. A heads up about some invitation, something that may make it quite appealing to let down your guard. But if you do, there's something that could be lost here. And you don't want to gamble with this. You are questing for some magic, some empowerment here. So just as you're about to lay the foundation for this new beginning, judgment on the scene, something brand new, something you've never experienced in your life up to this point, maybe something you didn't even feel was possible. I mean, there's some empowerment you're getting here, and it's being tested. Do you have the right to hold this empowerment? Do you have the right to hold this knowledge? Will you use it wisely? Do you have the strength to bring it into creation, to root it, to ward it, to protect it, because it's meant to serve the many? There's something about this that you have to be tested. Are you easily swayed? Not all are meant to have access to this, though it is meant to be shared. But there's something about when it's in the stage of becoming, it's a very tender time. And so it has to be protected from those with less than savory designs who would manipulate the power and distort it. And then the true treasure of what it has to offer will be lost. So there's something you're being charged with here. There might even be like some kind of play on time, like you're running out of time. You don't have enough time to make this possible, so you need the assistance of big, sexy Satan here to help you get where you need to go. They'll tell you, yes, please share your tree of knowledge with me and I'll help you root it into reality. Have no fear. I know we've had a brush before and it went south last time, but I've changed, really. I want to help you out here, and yet it will be the source of destroying everything that has started to root through your being into the ground of your material reality here. Don't ignore the caution when it comes in and delude yourself by saying everything's fine when your inner hearing and your inner sight is saying somebody has come to steal what has been sourced through your heart fire. There's something that comes as a thief. You need to really protect your heart and all the treasure it holds here. They may present an image like if you sit at the table with them, there will be a feast set before you, but really, it's not all it's cracked up to be. It's nothing but half-price hot wings. Ooh, this is interesting. So I feel like there's some empowerment coming to your heart. And there's something here you're being charged with. And there's a vision. There's a gift. There's something that's just for you because it's rooted in you, through you. And you're getting some kind of direction, some kind of knowledge about how to actually bring this into form. But you need to be aware that there's others that would like to take this from you. They'll act like they're here to assist you, but really they just want to hitch a free ride. And meanwhile, as long as this energy is attached to you or it comes in tow, you'll not be able to find the path to bring this into form. So there's something about, do you know how to keep a secret? Do you know how to keep something close to your chest? Do you know how to hold this magic and understand that it's something that's just for you? Not everything's meant to be shared, because sometimes when you share something that's meant to be held in that space of a special kind of intimacy that we have with the spiritual realms, it can be distorted. And if it's distorted, then the magic is lost. And this is a magic that's charged just to you. Let me do a cut of the deck. Yeah, don't be caught slipping. Don't be caught slipping. Not when you're so close to arriving at that place of peace. Not when you are so close to finally finding the land that you've been searching for. You see, because you're being given an opportunity to peer into the mystery over the next 72 hours and to see a particular jewel that's yours to pluck out of the void. Something that's being charged just to you. But if you let this in, you're going to sacrifice the vision you've been given. And it will end things. It will end things in such a way that you'll be worse off than ever before. There's really something you need to protect yourself from here. Somebody comes with words of flattery, and they come to reap what you have sown. Rise above it. Rise above it. I feel like it's one last attempt. One last attempt to feast off of you. One last attempt. Make sure you pass this test. Everything hinges on it. There's something very important coming through here for you. What medicine do we need to navigate this? I'm going to get an herbal astrology oracle card here to see what plant ally we can call on, where we need to put our focus over these next 72 hours. So we don't spoil this opportunity, because it looks like we're being charged with something quite rare and special here that only we can root into material reality. And if we blow this, there's something that's lost more than just for us, but for many. This is some kind of special magic, a very special treasure that's being entrusted to you. So value it for the gift that it is. And there's something coming through, as it may seem on the surface rather unassuming to you, and yet you don't know the transformational power it holds. So pay attention to the little things. The clues are all around you. The keys that open infinite doors of possibility are being presented to you, but they're only seen with vision. It's sourced from within, not without. And there's others who are able to identify that this is coming into alignment with you. And so there's questionable familiars that want to greet you here. You see? This is the alchemical point, where you're moving out of the unknown into the form of the pathway that brings about the creative energy. You are the waterway. You are coming into alignment with the quality of logos. This is when you can spiral something new into form, into creation. It's going to weave a certain charm over your life. There's love and beauty that flows through you here. You are a conduit for this. It's a very special kind of magic that allows you to root something that brings about balance. It brings about justice. It unites you with the beloved. And it's a very special magic being entrusted to you. This is the miraculous chalice. There's something that is pouring you into the water. Interesting. You are becoming the water. You are becoming the water. This allows you to flow into spaces, places where you wouldn't usually be able to go. You are becoming the water. You need to be like the water. You need to be like the water in order to bring this into form. You are the thing that nurtures the growth. You are the cauldron that is the container for this magic. It stirs in you and it spirals out through you. And whatever this is, it brings love and beauty and blessings into your life, but it also shares this with others. Interesting. Damiana. So you're entering a very sensual flow here. This magic will court you. How do you know you're being courted by the magic? You're going to have a heightened sense of curiosity. This may be a curiosity to go to a certain place or to explore something you've never explored before. It may be something that draws you to a particular book or causes you to reach out to a certain person here. And it's not something that comes from outside of you. It's sourced from within. It's just like this inner sense of conductivity where you feel an alignment in frequency. It's like being energetically drawn to flow in a certain direction. And so you go with that flow, and there's something you discover there, and it guides you to the next step, the next piece of information, the next key you need, or the next puzzle piece that brings the full picture into form. But you do arrive on the other side of this portal of transformation with a clear sense of direction. You know exactly where the treasure is to be found. You know exactly what you've been charged to do. And you know the way to get there, but it's knowledge that you need to ward. And this comes through as crossing energy. Ooh. Elder. Fairy on the scene. You see, there's something very powerful that's getting rooted here. Elder tree is sacred to fairy. You're tapping into the roots of fairy here. They're sharing their wisdom with you. And it's bringing about the wheel of fortune. Something is gaining momentum. A special wand is being put in your hands, and it's allowing you to pluck a treasure out of the void. You're achieving a jewel here. It appears it's the Spear of Lu. And this is something you must act on. But it's also a power that must be protected, because if it falls in the wrong hands, well, the magic is lost. That's what I feel. Connect with a tree. It has secrets to spill to you that will help you understand how to use this power, how it's meant to be rooted. It's bringing about rebirth and renewal into your life. And if you pass this final test, you got clear passage through. All doors in all dimensions will open up to you. Cut of the deck. This is the blessing on the other side of all that you've healed, all that you've fused together that was separated within you has come into a state of wholeness. And now it allows very special dreams and visions and wishes and magics to spiral into creation and bring many blessings onto your path, blessings that you'll share with others. But these seeds were put in your charge because of a certain kind of resilience that you've cultivated here. Sown by the wrong hands, the magic is lost. That's what's a bit of irony here. I feel like even if these impish characters were to get a hold of these seeds, this knowledge, they can't put it to use. It only has power in your hands. It's something that's been forged out of the wounds of your past and the way that you have been able to transcend those seeming weaknesses into the very thing that is the source of your strength. I mean, it's what's brought about your transformation and is your spiritual vehicle forward. It's what allows you to travel into these realms to retrieve a magic that was lost long ago. And on the other side, it brings it into form. So there's some kind of justice coming through here that's rooted in the past and is being activated now. And there also may be a very special alignment coming in. But there's something to be aware of here and to know the difference between the beloved and the trickster might require a special kind of vision, a vision that can only come within. Not all who cross your path are meant to join you on this road. And this is kind of like wanting to come through. Ah, yes. Some chains are meant to be broken. You're rising above what has bound you. and there's beautiful blessings up ahead. Stay connected. Stay connected to the spirits of the sky. They'll guide you. Pay attention to your winged messengers. They'll let you know how to root this immaterial reality. They will show you the way. They'll show you the way through. The signs will be coming in. It's carried on the wind. And so are the warnings. But you're ready. You're ready. This is the moment you've been waiting for. When it all finally comes into form. Godspeed.